said the aircraft between Dickon Kwabena and Boahen, any attorney general no, kind of Bible mo asebia, Paul Ede Fiase, letter and a crata or chile, Ekoma Kuruntu Asafono, Efisu Asafono, NHS Asafo Ahodono, Ebuzia, a chile Bidubo, Eraho, na what we say, Minso, we won him dear, I training mu. Na and someone Elcosui, and a Yaa about Penny, Yaa Brefo, essay.
Aqua Cansamo. Where do you see can okay cancel? I know receipt to one. You can receipt it at home.
And your uncle Kevin Ekobadutela and so Ariati.
I buy a debo techino, Sabana, a rebel bar, Sabah Johnson, who had a banner bono, NSB, Nipawe, Edubuahin, Obetman and Enahu, Obetma Johnson, who, Obetma fit, a banner debo techino, Saban, a rebel bar, so he can spill the watching. Nobody cares. What I care about is what the Attorney General is going after.
So and a security consultant, Mr. Richard Kumado, and so Akasa Alpha, allegations are I Dickon Kwabena Edubuahen, a release a home. Where allegations and threats because some and they may release Yabano, Ebuzia, Magraheb, not what you say, aha, AJ gossip, really free. So better watching a video no we are more than pa na Eshema Unia Binsa into me enka Etienra. And I able to ya say yebra Edubuahen Dickon. What the fiase Nanso Wakasa say Sika Ghana for and answer Attorney General Kwadua. What they ever no Sikani no kwa and Eddie and answer enyo noa and Eddie any emuti chemuni nyina or the buy. And same ye and a security consultant and the dean and the Mr. Richard Kumado. Ebuja on it Yaa Brefo Uma fire.
Was when in Kitwama, they are starting in Kitwama because maybe I know yet, man. Everything about security with him. And to a man, trust him, no Buama, as some more Becca will come. Say, Johnny, doesn't scare you.
No. Nyamana or Troy, I would say classified. None of them is a classified information. No. I don't know those who advise him to do it. None of Nyamana or Troy are classified information. But could be a column be or try to classify one can't what exactly what it is. But none of the things are already by yet very classified.
The fact that the
Signal Bureau and the functions of the Signal Bureau or Bureau of National Communication in generality and answer in conformity with national security interests in terms of their operations.
So
none of them is a classified
National
information.
Security Bureau
there are things we know already.
National Security Bureau is supposed to give allowances to MPs, Defense and Interior.
Okay, no, and then there's an issue. So this is what it is. Your democracy is very expensive. Your political party funding activities, politics is very, very expensive. And about 60 to 70% of people who go to parliament, they don't go to parliament because they love with the people of Ghana. And answer we are into parliament. They go to parliament as business people and to make money. And see, Usha in parliament, most of the tax waivers we give, if you do a research, you will understand the MPs behind those companies and what goes on there. As a result of democracy being expensive and politics being financed at the roof, politicians have put their hands in places they shouldn't put their hands. They have gotten in touch with people to finance their campaigns, and it can turn out that some of these people are criminals or they engage in criminal activities. And this is the thing.
He also said in a statement and the current president, the special aid, Signals Bureau, Eto Kama.
Is that one of the things they asked him to go and do there? Has it got clearance? And so, let me educate the general public. So all of us as security agencies, we are going on operation. We call it a combined national security intelligence-led or interest operation. On him say the PNI is coming, Signal Bureau is coming, police is coming, prison is coming, army is coming, immigration is coming. Do you know that particular operation is supposed to be financed by, in the days of MPP, Omu National Security Coordinator and the National Security Minister? That operation is supposed to be financed by the National Security Secretariat and not any of the sister agencies. Why did he go financing some of those things? It's a matter for him to answer.
But the question is,
you bought a car for opposition member. Did they ask him to go and be doing those things? Or they asked him to go and make sure that in his institution as a Signal Bureau, he's working to add to the national security interest.
Yara Kumado, my question is, now that the question that comes to mind is, then who ordered him to do that?
That is what I was explaining to you. So our finances comes from the National Security Secretariat. And in the days of MPP, the minister, it is also one of the reasons why they changed the Act 526 to Act 1030, so that they can establish a ministry. Yet can say we were nobody was listening. It is all about who controls the purse. And it was creating a problem at the National Security Secretariat between the security coordinator and the National Security Minister. So most of these things, before you do, number one, you need clearance from the Secretariat. And number two, you need sanctioning. The question for him is, who sanctioned some of these expenditures? And who authorized or give him a clearance for some of these expenditures? And that is the question for him to answer. As somebody who has such a sensitive institution.
Way is just a few of the things, and he's actually warning them that, look, if you don't take care of what I'm going to be saying.
We don't care about what they are going to say. Shut your mouth. You have been put in front of a very international organization. If it is your father's business, is that the way you behave?
If somebody also sanctions it.
Your wife giving clearance. Does your wife work with the institution? You guys are joking in this country. Everybody misbehaves and they justify it. When I was working in the business, you would have gone inside and your family would not be aware. You would have been there for 30 years and your family would not be aware. You are talking about your wife. Who give your wife clearance? Is it Kandapa? Does your wife work with the institution? Has your wife been employed? And you're coming to tell us that the things you know, you put it out there. Who killed Nixon? Who killed President Nixon is all over the place. And who shot Donald Trump is all over the place. What is it about what he put out there that borders on national security interests and threats? It has nothing. There is a pure misconduct. You went out of your jurisdiction, spend money on items that has nothing to do with the National Signal Bureau. And Mr. Yaya and Co., who set up this institution and work their way out, spend their own money, work it out to be where it is today and hand over to you young boys. What do you think they will feel today? And this is the country you are building. And you say you don't want to be kind. You are making noise all over the place. And yet, these are the things you are getting yourself involved.
When you say, as someone, a national issue, you say, you know, bra. Kevin Ekobadutela, NKB, IT, Yeboshi, na yako Loud Silence TV, with all due respect. Ebuza, Kevin Ekobadutela, so Ariati. Ebuza, and all kind MPP for Omu Ekase, a new coin set, Omu ye, Yera, a Boahen Sano, ese. Omunka who say abaye de bo techino and one de bo ba mu personal ABC NCA and NSB ni nyina no eye under national security ti omu penso de AC ewo NCA no ebi e na chese SC ewo NSB ebusua.
Now what I want to tell the Attorney General is simple. The Attorney General should just shoot. The Attorney General has made his case. The Attorney General needs to stick to his case. Whatever Boahen when it's and evidence or so he should give it to his lawyer. At this point, Boahen knows he's going to jail. His lawyer, who is Atachia, who is a former criminal, because Atachia sat at the housing department ministry. He did a lot of deals. I exposed him with facts. Atachia to date, he could not answer those deals he was signing for NPP members. Atachia Seglebe Housing told us that some monies were missing and that he did not take the money and that it was his chief director at his ministry. Till date, this Atachia, this criminal, this dark, black, devilish, action police criminal is this guy's lawyer. So you should know where he's coming from. Now they want to play mind games. And the mind games they want to play is say, they want to take people's mind from the main issue. They want to throw out a couple of unnecessary, baseless memo. Let me tell you, a memo cannot defend you in court. What the Attorney General is holding, the Ekuta Attorney General, the allegation the Attorney General has made, that is what you need to do, respond to. Now, I've seen the MPP people trying to make this conversation about some stupid memo this guy has released. The question here is, the memo the guy has released, does it answer the questions the Attorney General is posing to this guy? And the question I want to ask this guy, Boahen, is simple. All the monies that you paid to the so-called people you said you paid when you were the head of NSB? Who gave you the authorization to pay? Because that money is government money. Unless you want to tell me Kandapaa signed it off for you to pay. Because if even the national security budget is not published, nobody can just go into the national security monies and just pick and start paying. So I want to ask Edu Boahen, we have heard you. You have a memo. You have paid some monies. Who gave you the authorization to pay those monies? Had not paid those monies, those people wouldn't have gotten the money. Those people on the committee, I don't care about them. Because if the money wasn't available, they wouldn't get access to the money. So the question here is, did the people on the committee, did they pull a gun at you for you to go into government money, to go pick government money to pay them? Because the fact of the case is, all the allegations the Attorney General, Editor Wosono, you have deviated or moved away from the allegations. Now you are telling us your story. If you think you have a story, if you think you have defense, if you think you have facts to prove your case, we are not the ones you are supposed to show memo to. These are things that are supposed to be weapons that your lawyer will use in court. This should be a surprise to the Attorney General. But you know the reason why they are doing this? It is psychological. It is to divert the conversation. It is to cause for public sympathy. That is what they are doing. Now, so we say MPP for argument, as usual, they are criminals. So we say argument, almost say, Edu Boahen position na occupy no a very sensitive position, a national security position. And he is not supposed to be going through this. That is the argument from the people who are on the sidelines telling us that they have integrity and credibility and that we should give them another nod to come to power. Abaina ba me achi Edu Boahen. Emma abaina ko yenhwehwemu at the end of the day Attorney General file case at the court. The NPP now omodi akwa we betena office now owie sika no. Omu kacha say we should not follow the money. We should not try and prosecute this guy because a Jumana guy we no na a national security job, a very sensitive, and that he handles sensitive information. Oh, really? Now, this story we are talking about, NSB, the same as NCA. They all are under a national security. Now, the same MPP in 2017, 18, 19, who were calling Judge Yaa Brefo to jail the appointees and NCA, then under NDC, you know. Today, these people are telling us, oh, Edu Boahen, honestly, NSB, he falls under national security or was sensitive position. Now, the allegations and our case that the Attorney General has made against this criminal, are they similar to the NCA case? Yes. Judge Yaa Brefo jailed those people because Ophili said, case na done in there were a lot of things that now, this guy technically is working in the same agency na omomo NCA no ejuma. So why is it today that this guy has been caught? The Attorney General has conducted serious, thorough investigations. Why would the NPP make an argument to say, why is the Attorney General going after Edu Boahen? These are the similarities between Edu Boahen case way and NCA for now. Judge Yaa Brefo what is the difference between that case and this case? Yakacha say NCA for more under NDC, you know, they did what? They did a lot of misappropriation of funds. They actually did some purchase and asset procurement which was against the law, procurement breaches. They said a lot of things. Now, NCA for MPP through Judge Yaa Brefo, what is the difference between a Juma normal year and a Juma na Edu Boahen and the Olusujina court? This thing you are talking about, you need to give that memo to your Achim police lawyer. Because Atachia knows you are going to jail for over 30 years. He is trying to muddy the system. He is trying to distract the system. You can spill the wache. The beans is not enough. Add the rice to it and spill it. Because until you spill the whole wache, still, Salah will go on. If you want to destroy Salah, spill the wache and make sure the Salah stew too, you have spilled it. Until you spill the wache and the Salah stew, and also the cow meat, until you pour it in the gutter, Salah will still happen because Salah first is still at the corner. MPP former Jimmy, I'm just a Ghana for you age such a amount to me. And what they do is they pick and choose. Where the anchor wants them. So tonight you will see Polaromuch, the drug addict. He will stand. This is red meat, but there's nothing in there because they know, say, the followers of the MPP are stupid. They know, so they can't think deep. They know, so they are shallow thinkers. They think we forget easily. So they can make everything new and then present it as if it's fresh meat. These people have no knowledge. I am showing you that abaya di bo techino sa ba na yede bebo ba sa ba dwonso no hu yede ba ne bebo no NSB nipa we edu Boahen obetima ne ne ho obetima dwonso no ho obetima afi aba na yede bo techino sa ba ne bebo ba so he can spill the watch. Nobody cares. What I care about is what the Attorney General is going after. The Attorney General is being paid to go after criminals, and Attorney General is being told to go with the fact. So the fact is what we are looking at, not your memo. Your memo can defend you. I give it to your lawyer to defend you in court. The memo cannot speak for you because they want something like the court of public opinion to prejudge the case before we enter court. It's not going to work. Because when you enter court, it's about the facts and allegations and you being able to answer them. So they just want to couch some public sympathy. They want the public opinion to be in their favor. They want to make it look like Nana Dankwe Kufuor did not do anything and his boy. No, we are looking at the facts. The law is the law.
Ebusuya eti ya yenu aba Yaa Brefo Kevin Ekobolu Taylor ene security consultant ena omo akasa afa eye threat ene allegations a Dicken edu kwabena Boahen release ye no eho onso wadwenkyere ene sen osisi ka no ye ono nko na adi tinkyeremu nyina no be ye sure se obenya bibi aka comment section no eye wo dia ai se omu de no pa de no a ene enyo ono nko na be koje o ene wona ebeka ho akono ena ebedoso. Feel free now so chire wadwen e comment section no bia boboden na share ma wonu abinsa entumi enka aha eye AJ gossips medi e de AJ background.